Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to chat to you today. I just really wanted to, I guess, give you a little bit of a perspective from social enterprise particularly and what we do at Social Traders. So Social Traders, our reason for being is that we create jobs for disadvantaged people by connecting corporate and government buyers with certified social enterprises. So we really play that role of connecting social enterprises with buyers, essentially, and that's really what we look to do. We look to help alleviate a whole lot of barriers that exist in that scenario. So it's really exciting to hear a lot of the work that you guys are doing in the Indigenous business space, and I think drawing on for that, we look at that and see a lot of parallels that are, similar challenges, similar barriers, similar, misconceptions or preconceptions about what it's like to work with a social enterprise. And in actual fact, I'd say a heck of a lot of you have already got social enterprise in your supply chain. It's usually quite surprising to buyers that we work with that they often find they're already working with social enterprise, they just didn't know it. So there is a bit of that bias, and there are a lot of similar challenges, like how do we find them, how do we engage them, what do we need to do a little bit differently. And we help, really our role is to help alleviate some of those challenges. I also just wanted to, I guess, highlight, it hasn't been really clear, the distinction between what a social enterprise is and what an Indigenous business is. So the social enterprise trades to tackle a social problem. They meet 3 criteria, and this is what we use to certify social enterprises. So the first one is that they exist primarily for a social or a community purpose. So their primary motive is not about profit generation that goes back to shareholders and individuals. It's about providing benefit back to the community. The second criteria is that they must trade to generate the majority of their revenue. So they are commercially responsive, they're providing goods and services that can be bought by consumers or by businesses. The third thing is that the majority of their profits must be reinvested back into the social purpose or the community purpose. So those 3 things are what we looked for to certify social enterprises. We have a network of 230 odd social enterprises, of which Given the Chance is one of them. And look, they exist in a whole range of different categories. That's right across Australia. We're certifying more and more every week now, which is really exciting. Social Traders is one of the key partners in the rollout of the Victorian State Government's social procurement framework. So we're quite integral in that whole rollout. We're currently working with, I think we're up to 32 corporate and government buyer members. And we have introduced a local government offer, if you like, which is really access to our database of certified social enterprises as a tool to really help local government. We totally recognise that you have, the nature of local government and the scale of your contracts and the nature of how you work across and right within your communities really lends itself so well to alleviating disadvantage through social enterprise engagement. A lot of the organisations that we work with are big national corporates, Westpac, Australia Post, Fulton Hogan, Lend-Lease. There's a whole lot of them. Big national corporates, and often it is actually, there is a bigger mismatch with contract size and scale with social enterprise in those environments. We really see that local government has such a great affinity with social enterprise and the, I guess, the scale and the nature of what you're looking for. So I can stay around for just a few minutes today, and yeah, if anyone needs any help, we're sort of obviously really involved in the LEAP program rollout as well. So those participants will also be connected, you know, through that network as well. So hopefully that's helpful.
Excellent.